Hi everyone, myself Dhananjas, pursuing BE in SVC. I welcome you all to my presentation and my topic is probability distribution. Let's see the contents. The contents are introduction to probability distribution, types of probability distribution, discrete probability distribution, continuous probability distribution, the normal distribution, the central limit theorem, parameters of probability distribution, and estimating probability distribution, and last the summary. Let's see the first introduction to probability distribution. Probability distribution is a mathematical function that describes the likelihood of different outcomes in a random experiment. It provides a way of quantify uncertainty and predict the occurrence of various events. Probability distribution are used in many fields such as statistics, economics, and finance. Probability distribution can be classified into two types, discrete and continuous. Probability distribution can be described using various measures such as mean, variance, and standard deviation. And the next is types of probability distribution. In this, discrete and continuous are the types. Let's see the discrete probability distribution. Let x be a discrete random variable. The discrete probability distribution of x, which we denote by p, is a function that maps the values of the discrete random x into interval of o, 1. P is often represented by a graph or table that gives all of the possible values of x, and the corresponding probability of x is p of x. Sometimes it is given as a mathematical formula. And the next is continuous probability distribution. A continuous probability distribution is a probability distribution that has an infinite range of values. Continuous probability distribution are defined by the probability density function (PDF). Instead of probability mass function, the probability that a continuous random variable is equal to an exact value is always equal to 0. Continuous probability are defined over an interval. And the next, the normal distribution. The normal distribution, also known as the Gaussian distribution, is one of the most important and widely used probability distribution. It is characterized by its bell-shaped curve and symmetric nature. Many real-world phenomena such as heights and weights of individuals can be approximated by normal distribution. Probability calculation for a person in the group being 70 inches or less. Combination of two shades area. Next, the central limit theorem. The central limit theorem is a statistical theory that states that as the sample size increase, the distribution of the sample means approaches a normal distribution. The central limit theorem is important because it allows us to make inference about a population based on a sample. The central limit theorem states that as the sample size increases, the distribution of the sample means approaches a normal distribution. The central limit theorem is important because it allows us to make inference about a population based on a sample. Next, parameters of probability distribution. Probability distribution often have parameters that determine their shape and characteristics. For example, the mean of standard deviation are the parameters of the normal distribution. Adjusting these parameters can change the location, spread, and skewness of the distribution. Next, estimating probability distribution. Estimating probability distribution involves fitting observed data to a specific distribution. Maximum likelihood estimation MLE is a common method used to find the parameters that best fit the data. Other techniques, such as the method of movement and Bayesian estimation, can also be used for distribution estimation. And the last, summary. A probability distribution is a summary of probabilities for the values of a random variable. As a distribution, the mapping of the values of a random variable to a probability as a shape when all values of the random variable are lined up. The distribution also has general properties that can be measured. Probability distribution summarize the relationship between possible values and their probability for a random variable. Probability density or mass function has maps values to probabilities. And cumulative distribution functions map outcomes less than or equal to a value to a probability. Common probability distribution includes the binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, and uniform distribution. Certain types of probability distribution are used in hypothesis testing, including the standard normal distribution, the F distribution, and the student distribution. Thank you.